Have you ever thought about where your trash goes after you throw it away? It might seem like it disappears, but actually, trash is a big problem for our world. We produce so much of it every day, and it is starting to cause serious trouble for our planet. Think about all the stuff we buy: snacks in plastics, wrappers, drinks in bottles, new things that come with a lot of cardboard. We use these things quickly and then throw them out. This use and throw away way of life makes a lot of stress. Also, sometimes there aren't good ways to manage all this stress. People might not know how to throw things away properly. There aren't enough places to recycle, or the worst reality is many people do not care about the trash. All this trash doesn't just vanish. Imagine giant mountains of garbage filling up. This is happening in many places. Even in Indonesia, in 2023, our country made about 97 million tons of waste. That's a huge amount, you know. Cities like Jakarta struggle to deal with all the trash, and sometimes it ends up polluting our land and water. You might have heard about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a massive area of plastic floating in the ocean. This shows how much plastic we're throwing away and how it is hurting our oceans. In Indonesia, our rivers can also get really dirty because of trash. Sometimes, when landfills get too full, they can even be dangerous, like a landslide that happened in West Java a while ago. Our beautiful beaches are also getting filled with plastic, which is bad for the animals and also for tourism. Why is this happening? Well, in places like Indonesia, more and more people are living in cities, and we haven't built enough excellent system to handle all the extra trash. Sometimes there isn't enough money for proper trash collections or recycling. In richer countries, people often buy too much stuff and do not think about where it will end up. Also, not everyone knows how important it is to take care of the environment. For example, a river might get polluted from factories, farms, and people just throwing their trash in it. This shows that we need different solutions and stronger rules to protect our environment. But don't worry, we can do something about this. Especially young people like us, we are the ones who will live on this planet in the future. So, it is important for us in action now. Here are some simple things that we can do. First, reduce, reuse, and recycle. This is super important. We can try to buy less stuff, use things again instead of throwing them away, and recycle things like plastic and paper. We can also ask for better recycling in our neighborhoods. Second, choose wisely. When we buy things, we can pick products that don't have a lot of packaging and are made in a way that's good for the environment. We can also support businesses that care about the planet. Third, help our community. We can join or start clean-up events in our neighborhoods, talk to people about efficient waste management, and ask our local leaders to make better rules about trash. Fourth, use the internet. We can use social media to tell our friends and family about trash problems and share ideas and how to help. Fifth, support new ideas. We can learn about and support new technologies that can help us deal with trash in better ways, like turning trash into energy or making new materials that break down easily. The huge amount of trash we have is a sign that we need to change how we live. But if we all work together, especially young people, we can make things better. Our planet's future is on our hands. Let's not be known for the trash we make, but for the solutions we create. Let's try to live in a way that doesn't harm the environment. Let's speak up for the change in our communities, and let's ask the internet to spread awareness and get people to act. Remember, even small actions to reduce stress and be more sustainable can make a big differences. A green environment is like a healthy environment. It means we have clean air and water, lots of different plants and animals, and we are using our resources carefully without producing too much pollution. It's about living in a way that helps nature stay healthy for a long time. When the environment is not green or degraded, it makes our lives worse. If there's pollution in the air and water, we can get sick more easily. If we lose plants and animals, it can affect our food and the things we need. Climate change, which can get worse because of trash like in landfills, can cause bad weather and make it hard for people to live. On the other hand, a green environment gives us a clean air and water, help us get the resources we need, make us feel better physically and mentally, and can even help the economy in a good way. Taking care of the environment is like investing a better future for everyone. As a young people in Indonesia, we have a really important job. We are the future leaders, and we understand the problems and the senses we have. Our job is to first learn and teach. We need to learn about why the environment is important and how trash affects it, and then tell others what we know. Second, speak up. We can ask for stronger rules and better way to protect the environment from our leaders. Third, live sustainably. We can start using sustainable habits at home, at school, and in our communities. Fourth, be creative. We can use our ideas and technology to find new ways to manage trash and protect nature. Fifth, get involved. We can join groups and activities that work to make our environment greener. To make Indonesia truly green, we need to do many things, and because we grew up with the internet, we can be leaders in making this change happen. We can make interesting posts and videos on social media to share information and get people excited about going green. Let's fill the internet with message about taking care of our planet and ask companies and governments to do better. We, the young people of Indonesia, who are so connected to the digital world, have the power to change our future. Let's not just watch as the environment gets worse. Let's use our voices, our creativity, and our tech skills to demand change and build a truly green and sustainable Indonesia. Now is the time to act. Let's make our online actions a force for good for the environment. It is really important to make everyone more aware of environmental issues, and social media is a great way to do this. You could create short videos that explain environmental issues, show solutions, or interview experts. Applications like TikTok and Instagram Reels are great for reaching young people. You could also use polls and quizzes to get people involved and test their knowledge about the environment. Develop online games or challenges related to being green to make learning fun and highlight positive stories about people and projects that are helping the environment to give people hope and inspire actions. By using social media smartly, we can hardly raise awareness, teach people about the environment, and encourage them to take action to create a greener and more sustainable future for Indonesia. Let's make our time online a powerful way to help our planet.